I have to laugh because we were just talking about work-life balance before we hit record, and we all just started laughing. Definitely does not exist, but that's okay. I don't know. That's what it's like to be an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
To be a business owner.
It's a grind.
Some people say it's just like putting out fires one step at a time, but there's just so much. There's so much we can talk about. Before we get into that, my name is Sheena. This is my friend Sky, and make sure that you like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to the North Kinder podcast because we got some good stuff rolling. So, Sky, you have a business.
Yes, I do.
And you're a woman. Tell me, how did that kind of all start?
Okay, so I have a cleaning company. It's called Brightway Cleaning. And it got started years back. I had never cleaned before. I was
except your own house, right?
Yeah, except for my own house, but I wasn't a professional cleaner. I didn't work in a hotel. I know I hear a lot of women, they're like, I worked in a hotel or for a commercial company, and they had already had the skills. No, I was a legal assistant, so working in an office.
That wasn't fulfilling.
Oh my, it was just like day after day.
So that just wasn't your lifelong passion to stay and be a legal assistant?
Definitely that's fair. Not. I felt like the hours in an office every day for me were mind numbing. I'm a social butterfly.
Yeah, you are.
I need to talk to people.
You talked to me first, didn't you? It would have to have been you. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was like, because I noticed what you were wearing at church all the time. I was
like my mama's sweater. What?
Yeah. And the kids, when they would wear their outfits, and I'm like, oh, where did you get those? Remember, like in the lineup, cafe and stuff. I'd be like, and you're like, they're mine. I'm like, really?
What a weird answer, right? Like that's probably not a standard question you get. Like, girls always ask, they're like, oh, I really love your purse. I love your bag. Oh, it's mine. You're like, yeah, I know that it's yours. Like, I'm not going to take it from you. But no, like, what a weird answer. Yeah.
You wanted to, like talk to people.
I've always been interested in people. Like, I do like people, but.
And sometimes, like, as a mom, you're so busy, like in your own little bubble. Like, do the kids have this? Do they have this? Okay, then we have to do this and whatnot, that you don't really even give the thought to socialize,
Yeah.
Really, because you're just always in go mode. Like, what's next? So you kind of stick to your little circle.
I remember I asked my sister one time, I'm like, what are your hobbies right now? And she's like, hobbies? I'm a mom. Like, what do you even like? How dare you? It was like a dirty word. Hobbies. She like gasped. Anyways.
It's so true though. It is so true.
There's no such thing as a hobby. You mean going to the grocery store?
Right?
Yeah.
My mission
it's my quiet time.
My mission is like to make it to the gym at least 3 times a week. Okay. That's like my goal mission. I can't even imagine like throwing a hobby into there.
No.
I would just be disappointed in myself.
No, the hobby is the children.
Yeah, the hobby is the children.
Like, seriously. Okay, sorry. Let's go back.
Okay.
You're like, I gotta get out of this office. It's just not for me. So how long were you a legal assistant for?
So I'm really, really, really bad at like time.
So okay, I give or take.
Okay, so I was a legal assistant for like maybe 4 years or maybe 5, like around there. But I didn't plan on being an entrepreneur or anything at that time. I literally decided to stay home and be a stay-at-home mom with my children.
Your kids are beautiful, by the way. And our daughters are so cute together.
I know, they love each other. It's so cute. Yeah, I decided to be a stay-at-home mom with my son. And so at that time, I was also, the Lord was just beginning to reveal himself to me as well. So
were you a believer at that time, a Christian?
I was starting to believe.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was on the journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely on the journey. The belief in a higher power and whatnot started during my pregnancy, and
it really changes, honestly. And I'd like delayed having kids for a long time just because I was aware of like what that responsibility was. Like we had like both mine and Derek's, our siblings are all older than us. And so we had nieces and nephews, like all of them had their kids all at the same time. And we could just see like what a demand. It's a beautiful demand. Like, don't get me wrong, but just like we saw the reality of like what that looked like and what the responsibility was. But I remember again, you're just like, there's nothing like being pregnant. It's an indescribable feeling.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm not trying to be cheesy at all, because I'm not really like, oh, this like weird emotional person. Sorry, not that people are weird if they're emotional. I should take that back. But it's just, it really does it. Like unlock something in your mind.
It's spiritual.
Yeah.
It truly is spiritual, having another being with life inside of you. It's mind blowing to me. To me, it was.
We're so blessed to be women. Like,
we
wow.
are. We really are.
It is crazy.
Every moment I love.
Yeah.
Every moment I love of it.
So you're pregnant with your son, and you felt things just beginning to shift. Like you had different thoughts, or what?
I felt the Holy Spirit say, get a pen. And I started writing, and literally it said in my prayer journal, you will have a cleaning company. It will be called Brightway Cleaning. The name and everything.
Are these just like thoughts that you have?
Yeah. It was just, I was writing, and it was just all coming out on the paper as I was writing.
Yeah.
And they were not mine because
I'm like, with these nails, like
I was not trying to clean people's toilets. Like, I never thought, like, I had a life goal of like glam in my head at that time.
Glam. Like, but, so you can still be glam.
Cleaning to me at that time was not glamorous, though. It just wasn't,
No, that's true.
Yeah. Now I have a different outlook on things. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but yeah. So, and that's what I did. So it was written out, and I was like, okay. And, prayed about it. There was a book that the Lord led me to called Dreams and Visions. And as I used that book as a devotional, while I was reading that book, the Lord was building the ideas for my company and, me as well. So then I have my daughter. And once I had her, so she was about 2 years oldish, and then it was like, okay, time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
then you were a stay-at-home mom during that time.
Yeah, I was a stay-at-home mom during that. Okay. And when I say it was like, okay, time to go, like, how did that look? I started having dreams, like, of, just different things, like God was giving me confirmation. And then I went, okay, I'm going to, I looked up on the internet how to register a business.
Okay. So that's step one. Yeah. So here's your idea.
Exactly.
Right?
So I didn't know any business owners at this time. No one. Google and YouTube were my friends.
Yes. YouTube is our friend. We're on YouTube right now. Or if you're listening, Apple, Spotify, we love you too.
Yeah.
Sorry, just a quick plug. Keep going.
So yeah, I started looking up the information, whether it be YouTube or Google, and I had a little scribbler, and I would just write out, okay, day by day, I would write a checklist of what I wanted to get done that day.
Yeah.
So
just from different things that you saw, or on Google, okay, like you need, step one, like what was it? Getting incorporated or
exactly, right? So it was like registering, the business and then getting incorporated and then getting insurance.
Yeah.
And so I would make a list of what I wanted to accomplish daily. And okay, my husband would always laugh at my checklist because I literally would be like, do the dishes, clean the floor, register the business.
It's so satisfying to cross it out.
It is.
Okay. Since childhood, my mom can vouch for this. I'd make little checklists with a box and everything, so I could cross off the box, like put socks in drawer.
Yes, okay, that's exactly.
A small victory is a victory. All right,
it's so true. You feel put everything on there, everything.
And there's something about writing it too, because a lot of people write notes in their phone. I still write notes in my phone. Don't get me wrong, but I think there's got to be some more list people. Put in the comments. Do you like lists? Do you like to write it in your phone, or do you like to
just fly by.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you just like would gather information and just slowly chip away.
And then make a list of the things that I needed to get done and prioritize, right? Like,
what were the essential things you had to get done before you're like, okay, I can go and clean my neighbor's house or feel confident that everything's kind of set up?
Okay. So the essentials for me was really researching what I was doing, because I didn't want to go into someone's house and have no idea of what I was doing. So I would go on YouTube and I would just type in how to clean a bathroom, literally, how to clean a bathroom fast. And then what I would do is I would go put a timer on my phone and then clean my bathroom.
Okay.
And see how long it took me.
Like cleaning Olympics.
Yes, literally. And so then I would start to get advice, and then I would write information about like the advice that the cleaning women would give, like what to do when you first get into a house, so that I was kind of like prepared.
Yeah.
So that I acted like I knew what I was doing, when I came in.
Do you believe in the fake it till you make it sentiment?
Oh, or I completely faked it till I made it.
Oh, okay.
Lord forgive me, I lied. I was like, I've been doing this for 10 years. Like, this is my first house, straight up.
But you probably did an amazing job.
But all my clients that have been with me for all this time.
No, but you probably did an amazing job, so it didn't really matter at the end of the day.
Oh, I feel like there's a few of them. Maybe I'm going to send this video to my clients, and then I want them to comment when they're like, I knew, but I took a chance on you.
Did they stick with you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So see,
there were some that I knew that they knew. It's like we both knew, but
we're both
they
okay
helped
with
me
it.
along. They'd be like, well, maybe why don't you like try this? And I'm like, good idea. Yeah.
Sky.
Like that type of thing. But fake it till you make it. It does work. It does.
I'm starting to believe, like, I don't know if I believe like fake it till you make it.
I mean,
anymore. Like, I don't think that you're like, you don't have to be fake. I think you just like, you're good. You practiced.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta dive into that a little bit more. But I used to say like, oh yeah, just pretend. I'm like, no, I don't know.
I mean, okay.
I just say I don't know if I fully buy into that.
Okay, so not
mission statement
fake
anymore.
it till you make it, in the sense where you completely have no idea.
Like, I can fly this airplane, sir.
Don't do that.
Quick, we need a doctor. There's an emergency. Oh, I've watched this on TV. Like, no, sorry, that's not like what I mean. I just feel like I have a different viewpoint. I gotta have to think about this a little bit more. We'll come back.
Okay.
Second Sky Sheena episode. We'll talk about the fake it till make it. We'll dive in.
Yeah. I feel
business language. We'll do a deep dive.
Employees.
And we'll circle back to that.
Yeah. Employees, I feel like a lot of them fake it till they, sometimes you'll be like, can you do this? Can you do that? And then you get to training. You're like,
no, you could say, no, I will figure it out, or I'll research that, or I'll look into that. Just be honest,
Yeah, honest.
Because if they come back and then they don't know it, that's very frustrating.
Yeah.
It's like you said, and then you're fired.
Right?
I'm totally going off on a tangent. I apologize.
Then you're fired. Not at Brightway. We give hugs, as my husband says. At Brightway, you guys give hugs.
Oh, that's nice. That's so nice.
Sky fires someone. Are you the type of person that gets really personal with an employee or someone that you've contracted to work for you? Or do you keep it very professional? I
feel like most of the time it just does get a little more friendly. Like, I don't know, just people do open up to me. I think people tend to like me. So, and I like them. And I think it does get like a little bit more personal. So it does feel like they're friends or something like that. But moving right along. So how long have you had Bright White Cleaning for? How many years would you say?
So I've had Bright White Cleaning going on. So it's 2025 almost, right? So 7 years-ish. Because there was a period of time where I was, just cleaning houses, like throw an ad up on Kijiji. So that's where I count from when I, just threw an ad up on Kijiji and was cleaning for like the bare minimum just to get experience. So that's another thing, is humble yourself.
Think so?
I do. Yeah. I truly think like it's of course it's amazing to have confidence, but you know, in the beginning you might not always, for instance, like get the exact jobs that you want. Yeah. Right. You know, but in the end, it might give you experience. So you might not get the pay that you want, but that experience is way more valuable. Yeah. Right.
And time goes by fast. Like within a year, you could have cleaned, I don't know how many houses in a year, but you could start at that one price and then have a time, or like have a goal set. Okay, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. Like I'm going to reevaluate my pricing. I'm going to see like
100%,
you know, get kind of feedback from your clients and like how that's going too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So just because you start at a price that seems right, you don't have to stay there.
For sure. You don't have to.
Because personally, I'd rather pay more for really good service.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to rip people off. Like that doesn't feel good either. Like I want to pay them what they're worth. So
yeah. And you notice that like, so when I first started out, I was making nothing. I didn't know how to price it. And I also didn't want to rip off my clients because I was like, you know, I'm trying to figure this out. I'm taking like double the time that it normally takes in a house, right?
Okay.
So there was that. But with that low pricing, I also got a certain type of clientele.
Yikes.
You know, that wasn't the best. So with that being said, as I got more confident and as I got my skills, then I was like, okay, I have a lot of value that I can bring, and don't underestimate yourself and underbid yourself as well, right?
How long did it take for you to increase your prices?
So it took me about a year.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
about a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of like figuring. Yeah, about a year.
Okay.
Before I started.
Have you increased since then too?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I've had to. I'm still quite cheaper than any other cleaning company. But yeah, I've had to, just because of, you know, the economy, like everything costs more, right? Fuel, supplies.
So we need to get you up if you're still cheaper.
Yeah.
You're experienced now.
Yeah. But so the reason why I haven't, you know, raise my prices to where I know that I could is because, yes, this is a business, but first and foremost, it is a ministry, in the sense of I am using this business to employ women, you know, that are coming from difficult backgrounds and whatnot, but also to, you know, spread the gospel. And a lot of my clients are like, yeah, she definitely does that. So I want to keep it at an affordable price for that single mom that, you know, is maybe having a hard time, and she saves up a few bucks to treat herself and get her house cleaned.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't want to just only have a clientele that can afford those services. Does that make sense? Okay.
How many people do you work with now?
So right now there are 5 of us. Yeah, there's 5 of us.
Do you work as a team, or do you have like separate teams?
So we go out in teams of 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's teams of 2. It's just safer for the women, and it's nice to work with someone all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, when I'm cleaning, I put the headphones on, I got the podcast on or the music, and I'm just going for it. But no, if you have a buddy, you'd have someone to talk to.
No, the girls, they try to wear their earbuds, but I'm a talker, so I'll be talking over their music. I'm like, anyways, hello, I want to talk.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So yeah, it is nice to have that the time goes by really quickly. Right? And you're like being active, and there's a lot of fun times on the road because we're just like bouncing from house to house.
Yeah. So would you ever go back to being a legal assistant or anything like that? Like this feels like very fulfilling.
Yeah. Even if, you know, when my business does grow more, I will not be in an office. Like I will hire someone to do that. I will clean toilets Like I will. Until the good Lord tells me to retire. Like I love it. I love going into houses and talking to people.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
It's so nice. Yeah. I get
There's so many wild stories.
I know. I get to meet, and that, well, we do like, so me alone, like one team will do maybe 3 to 4 houses a day. So those are like 3 to 4 different people and personalities that you get to talk to, and you're in someone's house. So it's so personal. I like it better when it's messy. Like when it's like so tidy and it's so clean.
Is my house so tidy?
Yeah, it's very clean. I knew that I was like,
I'm kind of a psycho.
Yeah.
Just like things the way I like them. I say if I wasn't doing North Kinder or podcasting, I would definitely have like a home organization.
Really?
Company or something.
Oh, I can see it. A home organization.
Like the home edit. Like
a minimalist.
Like it would almost be like a Monica. Like I would just have so much like satisfaction being like, hey, this goes to recycle. This is going to Goodwill. This is going like boom, 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 like color coded boxes.
Clear
like
it out. Right?
Oh. Like there's nothing I love more than like going through the kids' closets and like getting rid of things or donating things. We have little nieces and nephews too, so they get a lot of like hand-me-down toys, or like I don't throw things out. I know like a lot of people do, except for shoes. I definitely hoard my own shoes. I can never have enough.
So do you have shoes that you haven't worn for like a year or two?
But then I'll bring them out. I'm like, I have those perfect pair of shoes. Like I feel like I just did that the other day.
Oh.
And the kids are like, Mom, I've never seen those shoes. I'm like, yeah, they're like 10 years old, but I like keep them nice. Like I keep everything nice. And I know like they're still beautiful shoes. So, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, it's a kind of a thing.
Shoes are hard to get rid of.
You know, like there's such a range of footwear that we need. We need it.
It's true.
We need it.
It is true.
We can't survive in Canada without lots of shoes.
Without lots of shoes.
Yeah, that's just the truth.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I started talking about this, but
because we went from organizing.
Yes.
Yeah, clear it out.
But I also find too, like if my visual space, like if it's messy, I feel like I can't focus on anything else. So that's... Whereas like my husband's not that way. He's like, no, I got a task to do. I got to get it done. And I kind of wish I was that way sometimes, but I'm like, well, no, I can see that the dishes are messier. I can see this. Like it actually feels like brain clutter when there's physical clutter.
No, I agree. I know. So, my mental state is so much more like clear when the house is in order.
Well, and do you obviously feel like satisfaction? Like,
of course,
almost like crossing off the list, like cleaning someone else's home. It's just like,
yeah. And then, you know,
that's good.
It's so hard to relax or like do anything else in my own home. If it's like, if things are,
you could do like a 10-part podcast on home. Like, honestly, I'm passionate. Okay. So we started this conversation saying, work-life balance. That is a question that's been asked every time. I'm sure if you go on any other business podcast with women on it, it's like, oh, it's the question is work-life balance. How do you balance things? My answer is there's no balance.
There's no balance. Yeah.
So what would your answer be, or your explanation, like being a mom, business owner?
So
what does it look like
for me? It's beautiful chaos. That's what I call it. Just beautiful chaos.
It's perfect all the time. There's no yelling ever.
I mean, beautiful chaos. Like, you know, just being able to roll with it, just, you know what I mean? I'm fine if things don't always go the way that I plan. So I've just accepted and just roll with it.
Do you think that was becoming a mom? Did that, or were you always that way that you could just roll with
I was always that way. Okay. I was always like fly by my seat. Whatever happens.
That's nice.
Like I was always that way. I was never like a planner or my husband, he's very much like he needs to know day by day.
There's the balance right there.
Yeah, he needs to know.
It's coming out.
Yeah, I'm like, who cares? It'll figure itself out, you know.
And he's sitting there being like, yeah, because I'm going to figure it out. Because that's how I feel. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus.
No, it's so true. It is so true. Because, so with the work-life balance, everyone who is close to me knows. So yes, I have to have my house in order and all these things, but I will not let anything get in the way of a nap. I do not care if I love napping.
Oh yeah.
I love it. I will not let anything get in the way of my nap. So, and my sleep, I love it. I have to be in bed at, like, this is late for me. I have to be in bed at 8 p.m. every night.
All right. Well, we'll wrap it up.
And when it comes to my sleep, I don't care if there's work stuff that needs to be done. Like, I would rather get up at 4 in the morning or 3 in the morning. That's just me though. Then stay out, because I feel like sleep is crucial. Like I need to feel well rested. Yeah. I can't be running off of like on E. Yeah. I have to feel well rested. It can
last for a day or two, but not in the long term. It's
exactly. It's not like, of course, if I have a deadline and things need to get done, I'm going to push through, but I'm not going to go for, weeks on end getting only 4 hours of sleep or 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, everything's great. Sleep. I take more opportunities to rest, I'd say. But in terms of balance, I heard someone say once that things take different weight at different times in your life. True. So it's not always like, oh, everything's like perfect all the time. But if your kids need your attention or they have their activities, well, that's going to take that weight. Or if we're going, doing something as a family, or working on a project with my husband, like that's going to take the weight that time, or, cleaning the house or cleaning that closet or doing whatever, like it takes different weight at different times. So I don't think there is balance, but you don't want to overdo it. Yeah. But there is times when it's go full tilt. And then when your eyelashes fall out, then kind of dial it back. Yeah. Like, and then you can step back in again. But
it's true. And then also like just whatever your focus is giving that 100%, like whatever your goal task is, giving that 100% of your attention. So if you're spending time with your babies, make it about them. Yeah. So I try to put down my phone, or put it on do not disturb, because I'm like, okay, I finally was able to be with them. I want to really be with them, but then when it's work time, for instance, I took a few days off this week and I'm like, okay, I'm going to focus on you guys. Okay. But then I had to get back into work mode yesterday, and I told them, I was like, yo, listen, go do your Lego. Now it is time. Yeah. For I have to give this my attention. Yeah. And they're like, okay.
That's really good advice. Yeah. Whatever you're doing, just give it your all. Yeah. And give them all your focus. Yeah, for sure. I like that. Well, that was wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Where can people find your company?
I have a website, www.brightwaycleaninginc. Brightway, BRIGHTWAY, cleaninginc.com. And then I have Instagram, and it's @BrightwayInc.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So that's how people can contact you.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again so much for listening. And I said before, but like and subscribe, leave any comments you have, and make sure you check out Sky's business. It's fantastic. And we'll see you again.
See you. Bye.